We'd never been more connected, and yet we'd never felt more alone. We can reach anyone in seconds. We can see what hundreds of people are doing every day. We can share our thoughts instantly. And still, something feels missing. In the age of constant online presence, the more we connect virtually, the more we seem to detach from something deeply human, something essential. Today, I want to talk about why that is and what it's doing to us. We live in a world where connection is instant. We send voice notes instead of meeting. We send Instagram reels instead of conversations. We reply with emojis instead of emotions. And it feels efficient. But here's the problem. Efficiency is not intimacy. Scrolling through stories is not the same as sitting across from someone. Watching someone's life is not the same as sharing it. We are mistaking exposure for connection, and our nervous system knows the difference. Humans evolved in tribes. We survived because we gathered around fires. We read facial expressions. We heard tone shifts in someone's voice. We felt safely through proximity. Anthropology studying ancient civilizations, from the public forums of ancient Rome to the agora of ancient Greece, showed that discourse wasn't optional, it was central to life. Community wasn't a lifestyle choice, it was survival. Debate, storytelling, philosophy, these weren't podcasts, they were lived experiences. You didn't like someone's idea, you challenged it, you defend yours. You felt the energy of the exchange. Today, we type, we scroll, we watch, but we rarely engage. Let's talk about the real reason we stay online. It's not connection, it's stimulation. Every notification, every like, every new reel. It's a dopamine hit. Short, fast, addictive. Apps like Instagram and TikTok are engineered to keep us engaged and not fulfilled. There's a difference. Engagement keeps you scrolling. Fulfillment makes you put the phone down. And here's the scary part. The more dopamine spikes we get from digital interactions, the less satisfying real-life conversations can feel. Because real conversations are slower, messier, less curated, but they are real. When was the last time you sat with someone without your phone on the table? When was the last time you had a 2-hour conversation without checking notifications? We are losing depth. Instead of telling stories, we forward content. Instead of vulnerability, we post highlights. And slowly, sadly, our attention span shrinks. Deep conversations require patience, silence, eye contact, discomfort. Scrolling trains the opposite. Swipe next, swipe next. We're conditioning ourselves to avoid depth. This isn't about being anti-technology. Technology is powerful. It allows long-distance relationships. It creates opportunities. It spreads knowledge. But when digital interaction replaces physical presence, not complements it, we suffer. Loneliness is rising globally. Anxiety is rising. Depression is rising. And while there are many factors involved, one thing is clear. We are social beings trying to survive in increasingly isolated environments. You can have 1,000 followers and still have no one to call at 2 a.m. That's the difference between audience and community. So, what do? We become intentional. We call instead of text. We meet instead of DMs. We sit in coffees without phones on the table. We create spaces for real dialogue. Join clubs, train together, eat together, debate respectfully, look someone in the eyes when they speak, and maybe most importantly, tolerate boredom. Because boredom is a doorway to presence. When you're not constantly stimulated, you start noticing people again, you start listening again, and you start feeling again. We are not meant to experience life through glass screens. We are meant to feel handshakes, or laughter without speakers, sense energy in a room. The greatest civilization thrived because of community. If we want to thrive, not just exist, we have to rebuild that, not online, in real life. This isn't just a feeling. The numbers tell the same story. In 2023, the US Surgeon General called loneliness an epidemic. Research suggests that chronic loneliness carries health risks comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. A 2022 study published by the American Psychological Association found that people who spend more than 3 hours per day on social media are significantly more likely to report symptoms of anxiety and depression. And according to a 2023 global survey by Gallup, nearly 1 in 4 adults worldwide report feeling very and fairly lonely. Here's the paradox. We have more digital connection than any generation before us, and yet reported feelings of loneliness are at their highest level in decades. Average daily screen time globally now exceeds 6 hours per day. That's crazy. That's nearly 1/3 of our waking lives mediated through a screen. And during that time, real-life social interaction has steadily declined, especially among younger generations. The more time we spend in curated digital environments, the less tolerance we build for unfiltered human presence. But that's not accidental. Platforms are designed around attention economics. Your time is the product. Your focus is the currency. But your nervous system still runs on ancient software. It measures safety, tone, eye contact, proximity, and screens don't provide that. There's another layer to this. It's not just social media, it's entertainment as a whole. Streaming platforms like Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime Video give us infinite stories on demand. Entire season release at once. Autoplay turned on. Next episodes in 5 seconds. We don't even have to choose anymore. The algorithm chooses for us. And here's what happens. We start consuming experiences instead of living them. We watch characters fall in love, fight, struggle, transform. We feel their emotions, but we're alone on a couch, passive, still, silent. Binge watching feels immersive, but immersion is not participation. And then there's doom scrolling. Scrolling headlines, scrolling outrage, scrolling tragedy, scrolling highlight reels of other people's lives. We absorb hundreds of micro stories in minutes, none of them fully processed, all of them emotionally stimulating. It creates the illusion that we're informed, that we are engaged, that we are connected to the world, but often we're just overstimulated and underinvolved. There's a difference between witnessing life and living it. And when entertainment becomes constant, when there's never silence, never boredom, never space, we lose the friction that growth requires. Growth happens in effort, in participation, in discomfort, not in autoplay. And the most dangerous part, we can spend an entire evening experiencing, in air quotes, intense emotions without sharing a single real one. So here's my question for you. When was the last time you had a conversation that truly moved you? And what's stopping you from having one today? Maybe it's time to put the phone down and pick humanity back up.